Hello guys, in case you do not know, I am a DAAD scholar, or I was a DAAD scholar, then graduated a number of years ago, so I'm a DAAD alumnus. And the picture you see here is one of the pictures we took during the DAAD conference, and these were my classmates during the program. And today, gladly, I'll be talking to you about the DAAD scholarship. So the DAAD scholarship is an umbrella scholarship sponsored by the German government. So there are different kinds, and we will be talking about two major kinds today. So what you see on your screen here is a sample of a DAAD award letter, and this scholarship covers everything. It covers your tuition. A number of German universities are already tuition free, so you don't have to pay tuition. But it gives you money for your stipend. It covers your research allowance, your travel allowance, it covers your health insurance. So everything is covered through and through. And as you will see, it also covers family allowance. So for those traveling with family, traveling with spouse and children, that would also cover their cost. So this is one of the best and the most generous scholarship we have out there. So how do we apply? So that is the question of the day, and that is what I intend to show you in today's video. So bring out your pen and paper as I talk you through how to apply for the DAAD scholarship, which is presently open. So particularly we'll be talking about the DAAD EPOS scholarship. As I said, the DAAD scholarship, but there are several DAAD scholarships, so it's an umbrella scholarship with different kinds. Today we'll be talking about the EPOS scholarship and the DAAD Helmut Schmidt scholarship. So these are the major scholarships we're talking about today. And they cover different disciplines: sciences, social sciences, law, environment, and the rest of them, as we will see together. So welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Victor once again. It's another day and we have another scholarship. In case you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. But where have you been? There are lots of videos already on this YouTube channel from different countries from around the world. So look around. I'm sure you'll find something that catches your interest. And if you're a returning viewer, a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. Thanks for the constant support. And I hope you get a scholarship sooner than later. So let's dive in. We're starting with the DAAD EPOS scholarship. So this scholarship covers several disciplines, both for masters and PhD. So let's check the eligible countries and then the eligible courses. So I've opened the courses here already. You can see here masters or PhD, and these are the deadlines for those applying for the scholarship. Deadlines for those applying as self-funded, and I think a number of you are applying as scholarship aspirants. So these are the deadlines, and as you can see, there are different courses under different headings: economics development, engineering, regional and urban planning, agricultural, forest sciences, natural environmental sciences, health sciences, social science, law, media studies. So as you can see, there are different courses and either masters and PhD, and the majority of them are taught in English language. So do not worry. You might say, oh, it's Germany, how do I learn German? Well, most of the courses are taught in English, so do not worry. There will be an introductory German course to just help you make friends, socialize, not necessarily studying in German. There are just maybe one or two courses here that are taught in German, like this one here. And then let's scroll down, we'll get another one. So most of the courses here are taught in English, just two of them here, I think. There's one taught in English and Spanish, which is quite interesting. So as you can see, the majority of the courses here, more than 90%, are taught in English. So do not worry. Even though you don't know a word in German, you can study without any problem. So these are the courses. And you can also check the countries, the eligible countries. You can see the countries eligible. I can see my country, Nigeria, already. So the African continent, and there is Nigeria. So I hope your country is also on this list. Good, so let's proceed. So how do you apply for this scholarship? So the application process is already listed out here, but I should just give you the gist quickly. You can always read the application's requirements and what do they call it? The application's procedure as well. Everything is on this website. However, always check for things like what do they call it? Do they need um, a particular bachelor's degree? And the answer is yes. Do they need work experience? EPOS needs, this particular one needs 2 years work experience. Not every that scholarship requires 2 years work experience. Some you can move directly from your undergrad to a master's or a PhD. But this one requires 2 years. There are some that requires 1 year or 0 years, like this Helmut Schmidt that I'll be looking at subsequently. But let's go back to the EPOS. So for EPOS, you need to have that EPOS. You need to have 2 years. So these are like specific requirements you need to fulfill before you get the scholarship. Then your qualification should be more than 6 years. It's also written here. So when you've passed all this, then we can talk about applying. So to apply, you do not send your application to DAAD. You apply through the university. So DAAD, this portal, you do not send anything here, at least for now. You send everything through the university. So let me demonstrate what I mean. So this is the list of universities, and let's say we're interested in this first one, development economics. So there's a link here. Just click on the link. It opens the university. So this is the university. So be careful. Remember, there are self-funded students and there are the DAAD applicants. Make sure you read the application requirements for the DAAD applicants because you might have extra documents to provide, or you might have a different application portal as well. So pay attention to the particular information for scholarship applicants. So let's go to applying and see what they say about scholarship applicants. So this is the general procedure. You can see here scholarship. And then I think this leads you back to the page we're coming from. But apart from that, let's go to applications requirements. Is the normal requirement I talked to you about, like the, what do they call it? Undergraduate degree, work experience, English proficiency. So do not worry about this if you already studied in the English language. So you do not have to worry about that. Then application documents. It talks about your university degree, transcript, and maybe your grading system if you have that document. A motivation letter, 2 pages. CV Europass format. What they mean by that is also clarified here. But then there is a particular specific information for those applying for the DAAD scholarship. So apart from the documents we've read together up here, you need to provide some extra documents if you're applying for the DAAD scholarship. And here they said the DAAD application form and the DAAD checklist. The recommendation letter from your employer, the letterhead, and certificate of employment or employment letter as well from your employer. So what do we do here? How do you get these forms? These forms are on the application portal. So we started from here, remember? So this is the completed DAAD form, and this is the checklist. So it means these documents, you open them, you fill them, and while you're applying to this university, you attach them to the regular documents. So self-funded students provide this. The DAAD applicants will also provide this, then these additional documents. I hope that is clear. So check for the different universities and see their procedure, particularly for scholarship applicants. Okay, let's move on. So what does this scholarship cover? Have we looked at it? Well, we saw a sample of the offer letter. But let's look at it once again to see what it covers. We'll make this bolder. So a monthly stipend of close to, let's bring that back. A monthly stipend of close to 1,000 euros for masters usually, and then 1,300 for doctoral or PhD students. You also get your health insurance, you get your travel allowance, you get your rent subsidy, especially if you're living in like very expensive cities like Munich, for instance, or Berlin. Most times they give you additional money for rent. They also give you allowance for accompanying family members. So if you're bringing your wife, you're bringing your husband, you're bringing children, they give you money to also take care of them. I remember while I was studying as a DAAD scholar, a friend of mine brought his wife and 3 children, and that helped him through and through to take care of them. So very generous scholarship. I think you should apply for it. So, having said that, most of the documents you need, like how to write a CV, how to write a motivation letter, I've talked about them already on my YouTube channel. Just go to the home page. In fact, I shared my dad's scholarship letter. So, the motivation letter I wrote to dad many years ago, I shared it here. So, you can always go through this. So, this is the tab Letter of Motivation, Statement of Purpose, Research Proposal. There is a video here on how to write a CV, so please take advantage of that. And then there's also a video here on motivation letters or letter statement of purpose. So you can always draw inspiration from that and write your own as well. So I got you. Don't worry. So let's go to the Helmut Schmidt program. So this particular one is for public policy and good governance. So those in political science, public administration, development studies, this particular scholarship is what you're probably looking for. Remember, EPOS covers different fields: economics, engineering, law, health. Um, this one, Helmut Schmidt, covers particularly good governance, and it is just a master's scholarship. The others are master's and PhD scholarships. And you can see this one has different durations. Some of them are 20 months, 22 months, some of them 1 year, 2 years. So also pay attention to that. Helmut Schmidt as well has either a 2 year course or a 1 year. The one I did was just 1 year. And how do you know whether your course is 1 year or 2 years? So you go to current announcements, click on that link, it takes you here. It brings you here. Then when you scroll down a little, you get the list of participating universities or participating courses. So social protection at this university, they said 4 semesters. 4 semesters usually will be 2 years. Then the second one, development and governance. This is the course I did, 2 semesters, that's 1 year. Then this one, 4 semesters. So a number of them are 4 semesters. So if you choose a course for 4 semesters, you're staying for 2 years. You choose for 2 semesters, like at the University of Duisburg, Essen, my alma mater, you're staying for 1 year. I hope that is clear. So for this scholarship, let's read the applications requirement one more time. So of course, you should have motivation in public governance, good governance, maybe some experience there as well. But this doesn't say anything about 2 years, to the best of my knowledge. EPOS is saying 2 years. Helmut Schmidt, not necessarily 2 years. So the normal first degree, some volunteering experience, if you have work experience, that is very good. But it wasn't explicitly stated that you must have 2 years. So it's good for like young graduates who have some volunteering experiences. Then let's go down and see. So this is what it covers. Of course, you're not paying your tuition fee. Then close to 1,000 euros. Very good. Health insurance, travel, research subsidies for family as well. So this is important. Remember, you can bring family. Then there's a preparatory language program, German language program. Once again, most of the courses are taught in English. So this German language program is just to give you some expressions to use while you're living in Germany for 1 or 2 years, to make friends, to ask for direction, to go to the post office, to go to the train station, to report to the police. Hopefully nothing bad happened. But those small expressions you need to get by while living in Germany. It also helps you to socialize. As a matter of fact, a number of my friends have actually stayed back after their studies, and learning German was actually very good for them because it helps your job prospects as well if you're staying back in the country. So once again, to apply, you need the form we saw on the page. You need the checklist is also on the page. Then you're allowed to apply for 2 programs. I would have to go back to EPOS to ask to see how many programs you can apply for. But this one, 2 programs, and state which is your first choice and which is your second choice, and then apply directly to those universities. Apply directly to them. Other information here contains, so do not worry. I will be visiting, let's go there. Let me scroll down quickly. Visiting 1 or 2 of those universities once again to show you how to apply. But before then, let's go to EPOS and see. Okay, this is EPOS. So I'm not sure if EPOS allows multiple applications. So that said, you can apply to 2. EPOS, let's see. Well, EPOS is saying a maximum of 3 courses. This is it here. And that is why it is good to pay attention to the application instructions. So 3 courses EPOS, 2 courses Helmut Schmidt. Good. So now let's say you've chosen your course. How would you apply? Let's say you want to apply to the University of Duisburg-Essen, where I attended a number of years ago. So you go to their website, looking good. Say click here for application requirements, okay? And you're applying as a scholarship student. Good. Remember, you do not send any application to DAAD directly, rather you apply directly to the university. And it's asking for the DAAD form and gave you a link to the DAAD form, which you attach to your university application, the checklist, the DAAD form, and then letter of motivation. I told you how to get tips with letter of motivation, your CV, certificates as well, professional, what they call it, professional experience. You have to show professional experience through your recommendation letters or things like that. English language test. And if you already studied in the English language in your previous studies, that can be waived as well. Written references. And to the best of my knowledge, it says here that just 1 year for work experience in the relevant field. So this is at Duisburg-Essen. Check for another university and see what they say. And that is it, guys. I hope this was useful. So pay close attention to any university you're applying to. They might have slightly different requirements, so make sure you pay attention. For instance, this one is saying that all your documents should be combined into one PDF document. It's very easy to do this. Just go to Google and type combine PDF document. You can combine your CV, your certificate, your statement of purpose, recommendation letters, English test certificate, combine them into one and then send it to them directly. So for this one, for this particular university, you would email your documents to this email address. So pay attention to the different application requirements. And that's it, guys. Fully funded Masters and PhD, either the DAAD EPOS Scholarship or the DAAD Helmut Schmidt Scholarship, covering everything, including allowance for family members. It's very, very generous. And maybe in a few months, you'll be like me, mingling and fraternizing with an international cohort, different students from different countries from around the world. You make friends, make connections, study together in Germany. As usual, guys, we cannot wait to celebrate you. So there are hundreds of videos already on this YouTube channel on scholarships from around the world. So apart from that, you can apply for multiple other scholarships. You might be in this delightful position of choosing from different assorted scholarships. As usual, guys, we cannot wait to celebrate you. So get to work, keep an eye on the deadline, and I will see you at the top sooner than later. Bye-bye for now. Cheers.